Side control again, guys. Only this time, when I have the cross face underhook, Carl has his forearm under my throat here. So this forearm across face kimura again. So same thing. I don't want Carl putting me back in the guard. If my knees are on the mat, my weight's not on him. I want to be this heavy as a whale concept. So I'll just turn my hip. Okay, and my hip will monitor where his hip goes if he tries to shrimp and move and stuff. But this is annoying. And we have looked at about opening up the gi and bringing this over and setting up baseball bat chokes and stuff. But we can attack this arm just in the kimura as well. So from this position, I'm hip to hip. Once this is driving into my knee, into my forearm, I want to replace it with this. The thing is, when I try to replace it, my hips are high and he can possibly bridge me off. So the first thing I'm going to do is, my right hip's in Carl's right hip, I'm going to switch my hip position. So I'm just turning, same time I release the cross face, this is coming under, and my left hip is driving into his right shoulder. Now this right hand will open up the elbow, so I can get my left elbow super deep. Then I'll open up my lapel and feed the hand. Okay? My left hip's through to the shoulder. From here, hand comes across, and now I'm going to switch my hip again because I want to isolate his right arm. I always want, when I hit the kimura, to make sure that he can't get that hand-to-hand grip. So I switch my hips again back to where they were. My right knee is shelving Carl's right arm as I step over again. Okay, I'll do the same thing. So I use my foot to drive. Only this time I don't have to switch my grips. So I'm using my shoulder, and as I shrug him onto the side, I just shrug my shoulder. His arm comes off, sorry. Again, my elbow and my body is tight behind Carl, so I'm driving pressure. Once I get his arm into this position, I don't want to get him getting his arm back. So pressure with my chest, and now I don't want him getting his back on the mat, so I'm putting that knee down again. So from here, Carl makes his grip. I do the same thing. Here, move, elbow to my body, elbows back to my hips, and my head is going forward. So I'm making a kinetic chain. So it's my hip, right? It moves first, followed by my elbow, followed by my shoulder. Sometimes this takes several to get it. Okay, but let's just say from this time, it's not that Carl's strong, but he's got a really loose belt. That can be an advantage, because look what happens. If this belt's really loose and he's grabbed onto it, and you make your kinetic chain, see how much space there is in it? So you could be pulling all day, and he's actually got a really good lever here, which is why you should grab the belt instead of the pants. Okay, that's okay. You have an answer for that. If I can't break that, my left hand controls, okay, and passes this over. Okay. If I can't get this one, I'll grab this one and make my grip. So I'm keeping the kimura trap. Okay. But now I've tied up one arm, I'm not going for the submission, I'm going for the choke. So I'm going to back step with my leg, hand comes underneath, I make the grip, my shin comes into the back of his head, my other shin comes into his lat, and I just sit back and I have the leg loose. So again. So from the side control, if he has this annoying frame across my throat, he's driving in. Again, I'm trying to be hip to hip. I want to attack this, but if he has this instead of this, I need to use this hand. Okay? So a safer way of doing it, because I need to bring this around, is to switch my hip position. Okay, so my right hip, which is on his hip, switches as this comes around. This right hand is already forcing this up, so I get a really good bite. I want my elbow right underneath his tricep. And I'll open up my lapel and make the grip. So my left hip is in this right shoulder. My right hand's coming across to the far hip, and then I'm going to switch my hips again. My knee is shelving under Carl's armpit. So when I step over, I'm bringing that arm with me. Now you do the same thing as before. His arms trap between my legs. I lift my elbow up and I put my weight. The detail is, see the way Carl's arm is over my shoulder. I shrug it off because I want just this perfect grip to grab his wrist. So as I step over, I shrug it off and stir where I want it. So I'll make that same grip again on the meaty part of the hand between the little knuckle and the wrist. Thumbless grip, monkey grip, glue my body. I want to refrain from posturing. Elbows to my hips. So again, kinetic chain. It's hip first, then elbow, then shoulder. Here. Sometimes people will put this foot up to try and get a little bit more of a lever. I don't think you should do that because the escape is to spin out. So giving him space to go under. Plus, it's easy for him, the second I do that, to get his back on the mat. And again, that's not good for me. So I want to make sure I keep this glued, pinching my knees together. So again, elbow to my body, elbows to my hips, lean forward, kinetic chain, try to break it 1, twice. If he's got a really loose belt, okay, you're going to have to switch to something else. So my left hand grabs, and we bring it over the top to keep his hand in that position. But now I'm not going to attack this arm. It's called a kimura trap. I'm just going to back step. And my hand goes underneath, feet to the lapel. So from there, I'm going to bring my shin to the back of his head. My other shin goes into his lap, and I sit in my back step. From there, just an elbow extension. One more time. So, forearms across. I'm in the first position, hip on hip. From there, if it's here, the last move, if it's here, I'm going to turn my hip. This gives me the profile. This is already pushing this up. So this comes over, and I want to get my elbow right under his tricep. Right hand opens the lapel, feed the grip. Right hand then comes to the far hip, and then I switch my hips again. As I step over, I use that planted foot as a lever and made a connection to Carl's arm, so when I turn him, his whole body will turn. And I shrug my head to get his hand where I want it so I can make my monkey grip. So I shrug it, now it's where it should be. All my weight is on his tricep. I grab that middle part of the hand, thumbless grip, my knees are on the mat, elbow to the body, elbows to my hips, leaning forward, kinetic chain, 1, 2, doesn't work, grab the pants or the gi, pass it, and then I'll just back step. Sometimes what happens is he's doing his answering the telephone, so he can't come under. If that's the case, I have to be nasty. I'll come through this space here and make a thumb inside grip, and now I'll just put his back on the mat, and it's an urge choke. It's not nice. It's just that, sorry. But if he's not doing that, come underneath, thumb inside grip, knee in the back of the head, that's the one we're going to play with. Knee in the left, and he just sit back. Now he's one-handed to defend the choke. Okay, struggle, yeah?